All arena results, including the Scarlet Witch Arena, will be talked about in this show. Did you get your free sigil for a month? How was your grind? We talk about that. Speaking of MCOC grind, we take a look at this player who was playing MCOC whilst in a professional poker tournament. Marvel Allen certainly caused a stir over the weekend. We're going to talk about that and show some stuff. Scarlet Witch, Multiverse of Madness by Nick Coss, another banger. We have a look at that and much, much more. Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news show for Monday. We've got a real jam-packed show for you today. Lots of little fun stories and things around for the community, so keep locked to the channel. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe with post notifications on all. Especially we've got a very busy week this week, and by the end of the week we'll probably have an announcement for what's dropping for the foreseeable month, so the June champions and stuff like that. So keep locked to this channel. Now before we get into the serious stuff that we've got to cover in this episode, let's talk about a bit of fun, okay? So this went on Reddit over the weekend, and it comes from a poker tournament. I'm going to put a link in the description to the poker tournament's URL, the kind of YouTube channel that that this is kind of attributed to. But one thing that a player noted, and I don't know if this was this particular player here called Marvel Allen, or the poker player is called Marvel Allen. I don't think his name is, he's changed by default to Marvel Allen. But Allen was kind of like in a tournament of some description, and one like person kind of noticed like, okay, well, he is fighting like a Yondu. And I can't 100% tell. This might even be from map 8. If it's not something like Arena, it could be something from map 8. I think that's a larger XL based character. But if he's facing off against a Yondu, which is there, for example, this could be my exact path in map 8, which would be really cool if it was. But yeah, there's it was just funny to see. It really was. Even more funny to see because then it was just as the show goes on, you'll see him just, and it is kind of in case he's called Marvel Allen. I mean, look, what's he sitting on? A 4 of diamonds and a 3 of hearts. Like that's not too kind of like great when it comes to that. So I can see why. Where is he going into? He's going into AQ. No, he went into Arena just then. It's interesting to kind of like see what is happening. It's so funny to see. Like you gotta get your grind on. He's in Arena now, isn't he? You've got to get your grind on when it comes to Marvel Contest, and it seems very apt as well for somebody that plays poker. Maybe he's kind of like a gambler. I don't know. I don't want to assume these things, but yeah, I don't know if he's in the right place. I think he's in the right place for Marvel Contest because when you get those wins, hey, it's great, but when you get those disappointments, man, it's kind of like, it can be a bit disappointing. Next up, and it's Nick Coss. He's back with a Scarlet Witch Multiverse of Madness. And it is total madness to see Infinity Ultron get absolutely, well, I'd say blasted. Kinda blasted? Definitely blasted by Scarlet Witch Multiverse of Madness. And then clear as well. He's made a clear, which I think is incredible. Like Nick has put in like some amazing work over the last few days, weeks, months, and it's great to see that people are coming out to watch it. Even people, and here's the crazy thing: I've seen comments in the particular videos that Nick's done that don't know, Marvel Contest of Champions, and I don't know why Kabam aren't getting involved with Nick, saying, could we do some kind of like sponsored thing to say, go and check out Marvel Contest of Champions. Either as well, like, Kabam not even reaching out to like Nick to say like, oh, about, doing some kind of like stuff with him, because like, look at his talent, and I just don't get it. But that's Kabam for you sometimes, not looking to like innovate their marketing and having a look at these new areas to kind of get the game out there. So yeah, well, it's at Kabam's loss really for not getting involved. So yeah. Amazing work, Nick. Absolutely amazing. Each and every. Now, I want to take a little moment to talk about input systems and compensation. So, it's been a bit of a weird weekend. Over this weekend, which you can see, I've done the Realm of Legends Aegon 3-star Karina's Challenge. But one thing I was definitely finding was that input systems were just so weird. In some cases, the inputs were just non-existent. You'd be trying to you'd swipe on screen and nothing would happen. And this is something of a key issue, and something that I have said for a long time. If you go to any other game, mobile game, you will notice big differences as to inputs being received on the device and the game that you're playing. And I'm sure that you have plenty of examples when you go and play any other mobile game that you play, wherever you are in the world and whatever you fancy playing, you'll notice that there'll be some difference between the way that another game plays when you tap on the screen, even when you kind of swipe on the screen, when you play games like PUBG Mobile, Apex Legends, you play other fighting games like Injustice, and Mortal Kombat, and then you look at a game like this and you kind of go like, right, why is the inputs not as refined, not as punchy, not as responsive, all that kind of stuff? So it always brings up a lot of questions as to what's the deal with this game. Is it still a case that something old with this game, when this was kind of first kind of like built, is not working as well as it could be? Is it definitely is it a need for us to kind of look into something, or Kabam to looking for something to improve the game drastically? But in case it does bring up the question about compensation to these matters. It's been a year, nearly a year really. It's been like June, July time when we last had problems when it came to the state of input systems not being too great, and it's definitely a long, rocky road, and I think it's still a continuation that as Kabam go on in the future, they need to refine the way that the input system work in game, and also the enemy AI and how that functions as well. Those two key elements are, you know, that's how fighting's done in Marvel Contest. You are fighting by swiping on the screen, and also you're relying on the enemy to move back and forth and, well, you know, not do weird, janky, strange things like whilst you're in a block, throw a special attack, because that's what enemy AI does, and you would kind of do as well. No, you would try and like land hit completely. In any case, a few questions were kind of brought my way about compensation, and that's still something that kind of like is kind of a big talking point. I don't know when it's going to come. I think that it will be close to the year mark, which is in 2 months time, or a month to 2 months time. And if you followed the video last time we talked about compensation, it was something that was put in August of 2021. So would it be in August 2022? Again, that's kind of like down to chance, but do bear in mind, it will come. They've said it will come. They've confirmed it will be at some point. Will it be in the next 2 months? God only knows. We'll leave it up to Kabam on that, especially because they consider that this is fixed. And I would say it's never going to be fixed, especially when you need to go back and constantly refine, constantly tinker and make the game as sturdy as possible compared with other input responsive mobile games that are on the market at the moment. That's really where we're up to with that. But in a quick kind of like, not follow-up, but kind of sidewind piece to this, it's still something that players are coming back to the forums to talk about, elements of things where it's just a constant. I don't think it's ever going to end, especially when, you know, as of like just before me recording this video, definitely more random dashes and failing the final hit of a combo. Yep, I've had that over the weekend doing those one of the Korean's challenges. Some irregularities with heavies too, so look, it's a constant thing and it always needs to be looked back into. I mean, if you're having a good experience with the game at the moment, great, good for you, but that doesn't solve like everyone else out at the moment for a smooth running of the game, which is the big sad. Now, before we get into the arena results, I just want to do a quick bit on the Scarlet Witch Sigil Arena. I had a very good grind over the weekend. I even managed to kind of like have my normal life and get on with stuff, even though at Friday I was up to like, I think like 3 mil or something, and I managed to pull out a 30 mil grind over the weekend and still kind of go out with my family on Sunday. Me and Em kind of like went and did some gardening, went out for lunch, so I've had like my own life and been able to grind this arena, so and also did a Korean's challenge, so yeah, I've had a bit of a win-win weekend with MCOC stuff, and did all my chores, which again, win-win. But yeah, it's been great to see this, and also great to see a lot of players that have been out there on the grind as well. We've put information in the description of stuff where people have gone out and grinded and, you know, got some good results. We're going to go over the results in a more of a kind of a spreadsheet format in a second, but this was a great opportunity for players, and I'm so happy if people were able to pick it up. Also, when you accept this this reward, if you have got it, you know, 6 days you still got in order to pick it up. As soon as you pick it up, though, you're able to, like, you know, yeah, start your sigil. So you might want to balance that around when you think it's convenient to then get things like the test ofs and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into some results, shall we? Right, so here we go with the results and the predictions for round 2. Do bear in mind, when I say predictions for round 2 for Scarlet Witch Arena, there is a good chance we will not get it back. This could be a one and done. Kabam have done it before, one and done, so it could be a case it won't re-roll. But we'll see what happens later on today. So let's go over the results. Icarus, right? A lot lower than expected, hell of a lot lower. 43 mil got the 6-star, so that's pretty impressive. We then got 12 mil exactly, getting 488, getting a 5-star. So yeah, some real low scores going in for Icarus, which is good for players because I think the popularity was with, actually I don't think all the arenas were that popular. Players were kind of separating their grind over all three, and that was good obviously to get things like units and resources. But the Scarlet Witch Sigil Arena was a big surprise. A lot less of a grind, which is good. Again, that is really, really good. So yeah, maybe my 200 mil to get the 5-star was kind of like... 6-star, sorry, that was a bit kind of like big. But this is Uncharted Waters. This was free-to-play players' first opportunity to grab a champion that has been behind a paywall. And players weren't interested to that degree. But people did bag a nice amount for the 5-star. With 46 mil grabbing 475 position. Now, it looked like players were more interested in grabbing the 5-star than they were the 6-star, especially with how players kind of like were like, maybe I don't want to put in so much because it's going to go too high. But it was like 65 mil was enough to get position 90. And it was just a difference of 2 mil between 63 and 65 mil of 122 position and 90 position. So the difference between a 5-star and a 6-star. That's incredible. That is really incredible with that grind. But if you follow my predictions, then great. You would have picked up the free month of Sigil. As I did say, I predicted between 28 mil and 30 mil. Thank God that it was 27.5 mil that got that 1% to 5% Sigil 1 month, which was great. It's great to see when things like this happen. And Beast went, well, I'm not quite sure because we've only had results, so I can see results of the 15th position, 75.1 mil. That's still very low. So it could mean that we see a 60-65 kind of cutoff, but make sure to come back and check out Marvel Trucos later on for the full results and information. 27.5 mil got position 167 with a 5-star Beast. So yeah, if you were grinding for Beast, you're grinding for Beast. Very handy, I think, if you were looking to do a Karina's Challenge and get that champion. So do bear in mind that for round 2. The same thing with Scarlet Witch Sigil, which you can use the 3-star, which is great if you grab it for the milestone for a Karina's Challenge, which is the Illuminati and A-Force one. So if you're looking for options for various different types of things. So predictions. Now, as I said, if we get a round 2 of Scarlet Witch Sigil, 68 mil for the 6-star, but do bear in mind because it's gone very low, players may be more interested to go and grind it. 5-star Scarlet Witch, 46 mil. Again, that's kind of keeping in scheme of things with how it normally goes for a featured champion-ish. 3 month of Sigil, 28 mil I'm going with just to be safe on this, but you know, I pushed it to 30 mil just to be safe as well, but 29.3 got the bag with that one. And then the others, 60 to 65 mil for the Beast, 25 mil for Beast as well for the 5-star, 6-star Icarus at 45 mil, and 5-star Icarus at 14 mil. We'll do 12 mil, it's up to you, but it just depends how close you want to come to that 488. And those have been the results and predictions for round 2. I wish you good luck in the grind, and maybe we'll have a look to see if Scarlet Witch Sigil Arena comes back. And also, we need to find out if you can get 2 months of free Sigil, because that would be really beneficial for players, and I might even go out and grind again. But you might have to kind of like, I don't know how that would work. I might need to ping a message to Kabam if it rolls back. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it later on if the arena comes back. And just a quick note for me to say thank you very much to those that support the channel as a YouTube member and as a Patreon. You're on screen right now. Thank you very much for keeping that love and support to the channel. Also, those that support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. I'll be seeing you later on for a live stream. And tomorrow we'll be doing Call of Duty Warzone and all that stuff. So yeah, look forward to seeing you there. And peace, everybody. And also make sure to support some other content which is on screen right now. We're probably going to do a Karina's Challenge video as the next video for today. And then loads of little fun kind of crystal openings to see out the week before we see the fantastic information that's going to drop next month. So make sure to keep locked to the channel for that.